This is the Strait of Hormuz, by a wide margin, the single most important stretch of water on Earth. At its narrowest, it is just 33 kilometers wide, and through this one gap flows a fifth of all the oil the world burns. 20% of global supply. Every single day, it squeezes past the coastline of one country, Iran. For decades, everyone simply assumed this water would always stay open. In the summer of 2026, that assumption broke. Within a week, tanker traffic through the strait fell from around 130 ships a day to fewer than 30. So could the oil just sail the other way, west, toward Europe? That route runs out of the Gulf, around Arabia, and up the whole length of the Red Sea. But it has a gate of its own, the Strait of Bab el-Mandeb, which Houthi forces had already turned into a shooting gallery. With Hormuz in crisis and Bab el-Mandeb shut, both of the Gulf's sea doors were closed at once. Another 4 million barrels a day moved through there. With both straits closed, the Gulf had almost no way out to sea at all. Prices did what prices do. Crude spiked past $200 a barrel, a level the modern world had simply never seen. And the pain landed hardest, not in the West, but in Asia, China, India, Japan, and South Korea, by the overwhelming majority of Gulf oil. Because nearly all of it flows the same direction, east, out of the Gulf, past Hormuz, to the 4 economies that run on it. So the world went looking for a way around, and one by one, the easy answers fell apart. Option 1, pipelines. 2 big lines can skip Hormuz entirely, one across Iraq to Turkey, one across the Emirates to the Gulf of Oman. Together, they carry maybe 3 million barrels a day. The strait they replace carried 20, a teaspoon against a flood. Option 2, sail the long way around Africa, past the Cape of Good Hope. That adds roughly 3 weeks to every voyage, and there aren't enough tankers on Earth to absorb the delay. Option 3, strategic reserves. Every big economy stockpiles oil for exactly this moment. But reserves are measured in weeks, not years. They buy time. They do not fix geography. But look closely, and one of those 4 is not like the others. One of them spent the last decade quietly building a way to get its oil without ever touching the sea: China. 2 great pipelines already feed it by land. One climbs out of Kazakhstan across the steppe to the border at Alashankou. The other, Russia's ESPO line, carries crude straight into China's northeast. No strait, no tanker, no Hormuz. This is what a decade of building overland links was quietly for. When the sea locks up, China can lean on the land, the only one of the big 4 that can. It is not a rescue. The pipelines carry barely a tenth of what China burns. The rest still comes by ship. But a tenth is a cushion, and it is a cushion no one else has. Because for the rest, there is no backdoor at all. Japan and South Korea are an island and a peninsula. Not 1 barrel of their oil arrives overland. Nearly all of Japan's oil arrives by tanker. For South Korea, effectively all of it. India, much the same. Every drop rides the very sea lanes that just closed, with no land route waiting behind them. 99%. That is how much of Japan's oil crosses water. A blocked strait is not an inconvenience for Tokyo. It is an emergency. So the same crisis lands on each of them differently, not by how rich they are or how much they buy, but by one thing: whether the map left them a pipeline. And that is the real lesson of 2026. Energy security stopped being about who owns the oil and became about who can still reach it once the sea is closed. For Japan and South Korea, the number that matters is 100%, a century of prosperity, still riding on ships that pass through other people's straits. And that is why the map, not the money, now decides who is safe. Sources on screen. This channel reads the freight, so you don't have to.